The horse and the plow. In the realm of this are those whose only understanding is the horse and the plow, and this understanding is used to justify the mercy killings of dreams. Survivors confined to lament with no song, confined to superstition of never smiling, befriending silent years and helping hands grow calloused alongside being far between the few. For some, flesh was blanket enough to not allow a coat for warmth. Cold mentality of stubborn minds always are victims to oneself, beholding empty points to prove, being too ashamed to enjoy the harvest, and all too prideful to enjoy anything less. Trial and error stained fear in the mind, which was a string used to tie wings. The feast comes from being chained to the plow, and the famine would follow suit if the chain were broken, and the horse were freed. Gatekeepers held this authority overhead, false in its sense. Singers will be convinced to not sing by ones who's lost faith in their own song. Horses unfazed by empty howls of eerie hounds. Another song from years of silence. In the thought, poem words resort to a simplistic nature. The last few passing seasons offered sanctuary more and more. We take refuge in thought of worlds always lost and gained. A sense of home just as the same. In the fields for many years, our droughts saw all their tears. In thought, survivors hold a breath, waiting for the meaning of a word to change. Just ideas beyond the horse and the plow, which are hard to come by these days, with the way we have been raised. But Rain told the truth. Rain also taught us that conflict is a product which comes from not valuing resolution beforehand. We are dreamers born into anything but royalty, canaries that escaped coal mines to find faith in a song. To find your soul in all of this, it cost the currency of sunflowers, some forever always between worth and value, much like the horses against the plow. The dialogue of reconciliation is often exchanged for parch, which are used for methods of dehumanizing. This false discipline leaves all who hold it empty handed if allowed. It goes forth wearing new mask, reinvented like poverty, retelling the same filthy hand me down narrative. A handful of people in the present know that life is worth more than a belief. These few are left in the corner reaching for a high hope from their disposition of tied wings. Poems are their seasons that know the torment in the eyes of field birds, who all have witnessed both horse and plow breaking down. No one could bring oneself to look other than the field birds, who suffered the same fate. Shame was motive for turning the other cheek. The carcass fell juxtaposed where the tracks ended. Mud matched the ending of life, like lyrics in a swan song. Forgiveness is found in the cold flesh of the earth, for the noble brown steed resting peacefully under its blanket. All came from the ground to be claimed by the ground. Ceremonial rain followed as the earth reclaimed the spirit. The ground may be in possession of the horse, the plow, and the survivor, but never the dreamer. The most sympathy is handed to the horse, a true victim who had no chance, going forward in circles, and by tradition, no questions asked. As for the gatekeepers, it was discovered in old age they were products of an imagination. Salvation came only in youth, knowing gatekeepers were nothing more than a way of coping with never attempting to fly. Hope and desires in the hearts of some decompose in similar fashions of each other when buried between field ruts. After the death, passers in their simple minds acknowledge the resale value of the lingering yoke and plow. The rope and yoke rotted, the plow rusted. As for the people, they changed out like mechanical parts, just artifacts which never did sing. No remains left of a song they never found faith in. The dreamer takes with him this perspective, experience, and long after the fact, a sense of home, always worth more than where his feet took him. The body is lost where the soul is found. The spirit is where it has always been.